Well, hello, and welcome back to another Rise of Empires video with me, Mr. Gill. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for all of your previous views, likes, comments, suggestions, subscriptions, and all of that jazz. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. The time has come. I have been dreading this. How long have we been playing? 20 days, 21 days. But the time has come to create a farm. Anybody who's ever watched me before will understand that I do not like having farms. Farms are annoying. Farms require more of my time, my precious time that I would rather spend drinking and eating food. However, farms are an integral part of this game if you want to succeed. It's the difference between being a good player and being a great player. Without farms, you will obviously have to spend a lot more of your time attacking other players for resources and even just getting points, say in a kill event. You can use your farms for that kind of process as well. It does help a lot. Now, there are an optimal number of farms that you can have. Some people say that is 4, some people say that is 8, some people say that is 10. I say that is 8. I don't know why. I don't know why I say that is 8, but 8's what the number that, over the last few years has always been in my head, that you should have 8 farms. Let me know down below if you think it should be more or less or any of that kind of stuff, but 8 farms seems to be the kind of the general rule. Now, what is a farm for? Now, as I've just said, a farm is for attacking so that you can steal the rest or the resources out of that farm in order to progress your main account faster. Farms are also very, very useful during the Reign of Chaos. And I guess Eden after that, in that your farm can be in a separate alliance. That alliance could then provide secondary defense for your alliance centers during a Reign of Chaos. Your farms are also very good and useful for cleaning tiles, so getting rid of enemy tiles in your state. Instead of wasting your own stamina, you can send your farms out to do that. They are very, very useful things. If you have the time to create another account, a farm account, I strongly suggest you do so. How do we do such a thing, Mr. Gill? How do we do it? It's relatively easy. The first and most important thing you must do is bind your account. If you don't know what binding your account is, basically it's just linking it so that your account will not be lost. You can bind your account several ways. With the Googles, with the Facebooks, and the play games, I don't know what that is, and into IM30. I hate doing it to IM30, so I never do it to that. I always use it to Google. I do believe that you can use the first or the same email, just adding little dots randomly throughout that email. I always set up another email, so now I have about 30,000 Gmail accounts, but that's fine. But as you can see, we have bound this account to Gmail, so it is now set. We can't lose that. We can log back in using those email and password credentials that we used when we bound this account. So make sure you do that first. If you do not do that, you will lose your castle. Then all we need to do is go start a new game. Now, if you remember when you first started this game, you had to do that funky tutorial with the little hand going around and going, do this, and all the talking, and they're like, oh, hello, blah, 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 blah. Get ready to do that again. And this is the sole reason I do not start farm accounts, is that I believe there is nothing worse in this world than this tutorial. You haven't bound? Bugger off. It's bound to Google. Ah, bollocks. Alright, give me a second. I'm going to have to bind this to Facebook. I don't even know if I have a Facebook anymore. Give me a second. I'll be back. Okay, we went through all of the stupid rigmarole of binding our account to IM30, which was just filling in our email address and activating a password, blah, blah, blah. Now, coming back here, start a new game. This is how we do it. You want to see this screen. You will go to a new province and create a new castle. You could switch accounts to return to your current castle. If you don't see that screen, I don't think you've bound your account properly and you might lose your castle. So pay attention, peeps. Done. Uh, uh, How's everybody doing? Oh my God. I cannot stress enough how much this tutorial bugs the crap out of me. And in a game that encourages multi-accounts, yeah, they make it quite easy. You have to bind stuff like that, but they make it relatively easy for you to have hundreds of accounts if you so wish, which I do disagree with as a policy. I do actually think we should only be able to have one account. What you do with having these hundreds of accounts is encourage selling and all of this kind of stuff. I don't know. I think it's bollocks. But anyway, in a game that encourages multi-account operations, why isn't there a frickin' button right here? I've seen this before. Let's skip the tutorial. Tick. Why isn't there that? Why can't we? Let's skip all the cutscenes. Tick. I don't need a frickin' little hand. Tick. How many times have you done this? Comment below how many times you've done this. I estimate, what? I've had like 4 or 5 main accounts. And then so I've not done it that many times. Maybe like 20 times total. And then I'd say I've probably, for like videos, I've gone, here's how you start an account. I've probably done that another 20 times. So maybe 40 times in all. I've followed this I don't know, actually, I remember the old school. This is all the new thing. This is the new introduction. The old one was even worse. No, actually, I think the old one was better. It felt faster. Anyway, this is going to take about 20 minutes. I'll see you on the other side. Oh, hold on. Super important. Super important. I always forgot. Don't go past castle level 5. Castle level 5. Yeah, stop there. Stop there. Castle level 5. Don't go past. You listening? Do that. Alright. Okay, that was not too bad, I guess. I did take a break in between. It was too boring. Oh god, it's too boring. But now, to be honest, come on, it only takes a few minutes. And super important to do. So now where are we? We're at level 4, castle level 4. We should be able to do a few things now. First off, we should be able to go into here. Yeah, okay, not yet. We want to go to here. Gonna go to here. We're gonna give ourselves a name. Oh god, I've used so many of the names over time, and we're going to call this one Graham. No, what's a good name for a farm? Gill A. Gill A. No, let's do this. Farm dot a dot gill. There we go. Cool, that's fine. Name has been changed. Now we need to bind that account. So we're going to pop into here, we're going to pop into here, we're going to pop into bind, we're going to go do it in the Googles. Back in a second while I enter in my highly classified details. So just a word of warning, when you do this on the BlueStacks, so BlueStacks is an emulator program to play this mobile game on your PC, it does crash it out. So you get back, you kind of log into the Google and it sends you back to this screen of the black screen of deaths. Yeah, it doesn't do it. So you have to close up and start again. So just for your information, it does seem to work afterwards. But yeah, you have to kind of shut it down and restart. Okay, so now we've linked it, we bound it once. We do have to bind it the second time. So you can't just bind it to Google, unfortunately, anymore, because it does think it is. So if I just try to switch account, maybe it will allow me. To be honest, what we're going to do is bind it to the IM30 account as well, which is relatively simple. We just have to create an IM30 account by entering in the email address. This is why I use email addresses that are different for each thing, so that I can have different IM30s. And IM30 can't track me because I don't trust them at all. All right, let's enter in my special credentials. Okay, success. We have bound it to the Gmail and bound it to IM30. Which is what we need to do to make sure that we can obviously switch accounts whenever we need to. Now what we want to try and do, and I believe we should be able to do it now, is we want to move out of this state. So I don't know what state we're in, to be honest. Let's zoom out a little bit. 858. Now we want to join ourselves in 856. To do that, I believe if we pop into the world screen like a this, go with the this, go like a so, put in 846 there. Bam. I said bam. There we go. 846. It's hot. Damn hot. Why are we hot? I don't know what that means, but we're hot. We are now looking in 846. Now, what we want to then do is find myself. I would strongly suggest, and I am just realizing this now, that I didn't write down my coordinates. And to be honest, I have no real idea where I am on the map. Obviously, it doesn't really matter where I move my farm, but it would be nice if it was close to... Why can't I see anything? Interesting. I don't remember it being this way. Either way, we're just going to have to move somewhere random. Change zones is what we want to do. Join this zone. Once joined, the system will assign a random coordinate. Okay, fine. It's just going to go random. I did believe right back at the start we used to be able to choose where we could land. Joining the province will consume one newbie relocation item. Cannot change province after 14 days. Okay, let's do it. So we have to make sure that we move before we're a certain castle level, and that castle level is 6. So we always change our zone, even though they call it zone, they're actually states, but we change our states before castle level 6. We're currently 4. And we have to do it before 14 days. So if we kind of started this farm and then logged out and went on holiday for 2 weeks and then came back, that 14 days would have elapsed and we couldn't move this farm, even if it was under castle level 6. However, that's fine. Let's do it. Blip, blip, blip. Blip, blip, blip. Load. Thank you very much. Bam! Farm A Gill is now a resident of State 846, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Our first farm is here. We will have to find ourselves and teleport closer so that we can then farm this farm for resources. So the goal now is to level this farm up a considerable way, to be honest. There's no point to kind of lead it too low. At the very least, I want to get it to C13, and then I want to have a think about whether or not I take it further. Now, remember at the start of this video, I said we make farms for 2 reasons. One, for resources, so hitting or attacking this farm, getting resources off it is the main reason. The second one is for Reign of Chaos and other events, in that This can be useful to clean tiles, to add secondary layer of defense for your main account and your main alliance. So getting this up to a quite high level is no bad thing. Naturally, that will happen. What we won't do with this one is focus much on any of the military. So we will research probably all the rapid development, all the town development, and get the resource and the plots and the woods and the ale and the farms and all of that stuff. The quarries are highly upgraded as much as possible, so that when we do raid this, we gain a lot of resource, but we won't necessarily think about much militarily. What I will do is focus purely on cavalry, which I pretty much do anyway because I do like the horses, but we will focus purely on cavalry because, as I said, if we want to use this farm in the Reign of Chaos as a tile cleaner, as a defense, having that kind of fast moving horsey cavalry man is probably our best bet. So that's the goal. Now, if you're a smart person with time on your hands and a desire to be annoyed, I suggest you do this 8 more times, 7 more times, so you have a lot more farms. You will gain a lot of resources by doing this, and the earlier you can do this in the game, the more resources you're going to be able to farm and the faster you're going to be able to progress. It is smart, but it is incredibly time consuming, and for the casual player like myself, I hate it. However, we've done it. Farm A Gill exists. Farm B Gill might come, but right now, that's all we needed to do. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you have any questions, things to say, points to make, criticisms to level at yours truly. Not the criticisms, but the criticisms are annoying. The criticisms are okay. It's a weird game, the YouTube. Sitting here and people just telling you off on the YouTube comments. You're a moron. It's a funny game. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope, as everything we're doing in this new start for 2022, I hope that we've explained it thoroughly to the new players out there, and that they can enjoy the game as much as me, myself, and many other watchers and viewers have been doing for a number of years. I'll catch you in the next one. Make sure you eat some cheese today, people. Bye.